Our flow particle system, it's allowed more precision control based to the position of the cursor. And the properties, we have the size, the control size of the particle system or brush. We have particles, same amount from 1 to 300. We have a radius, which allowed us to set radius of the particles in the brush. We have also speed of the brush, how it will affect. Also, we have now properties that allowed us to control how the particles will react to position of the brush. So the center, it's set global attraction force of the particles, and in the focus will set individual attraction of the particles. And same as a chaos will allow us to set the chaos parameter for the brush. The more value, the more chaotic they get it, and noise, set noise parameter of the brush. So this way we can kind of creating. So right here you can preview one, and of course if we're going attraction to the center, increase maximum. Okay, and let's go just if we want it, we'll set focus, but at the same time add chaotic noise. And you can see we have more twisting kind of going because our noise. Let's increase noise even higher. Okay, and bring is chaotic. Now we have a total mess on our screen. Okay, so overall, this is values allowed us to control it, how chaotic a noise, and how much they're attracted to the center. If you can monitor and see how the brush is going. So the attraction right now very high to the center of our cursor, but at the same time we have a very high noise and high enough the chaotic and noise high enough. Okay, so when we want to create exact lines or a more precise kind of the brush using with defined width, the liner, it's what precise we needed for this. So right here we have it very simple. We have its size, the liner tools, and also how smooth we want it. So you can see right there we have a very simple putting in line. And actually let's go on switch on a fill. So you can see with a fill, it's just simple line, how we want to wide or a thinner line, and as well how smooth we want this line affecting by following our cursor. So let's reduce smoother. And one thing I want to say, we're going over all the settings, and most of it probably when you start working, kind of don't remember all of those names or what we do, and that's okay, because we're going to, after creating our own brushes, we will create fall brush, we're creating all these different chaotic brushes, and as we're working with them, we're going again over some of the settings, and it's probably the best way to learn by putting your hands on and play around with those settings. Okay, so let's go ahead, remove some of our artwork. Then next we're going with elastic, and elastic is provide for us very kind of soft organic effect. And again, in elastic you can see we have right here our size, we have the amount of the particle, we also have it the radius, and you notice what's happening now. Our brush, it's have this effect of the elastic brushes, but it does not necessarily going chaotic. It's have this spherical effect. So now also we have elasticity, which is more elastic shape of the brush. So the higher number, and you can see how with higher number it's become quite a bit elastic effect. Okay, and a less, of course, the less elastic it will happen. Okay, and currently it's nice to work when we put it around elements, but if we just have a brush right there, so we have just accept brushes. Okay, the speed, it is the brush speed that represent elastic shape reaction to this, and of course the noise, it's a set parameter from 0 to 100, and it's allowed to get more noise on our particles. And you can see we set the noise higher. You can see how the end it's become much more noisy in this end. Okay, also we have it mod frequency, and this is the change shape of our modifier. So let's go, for example, 0, it will represent as a circle. And if we're going 2, 4, 5, and we can represent more and more, and you can see as we change, it's changed the shape of our modifiers. So for example, right here, it's almost look like a marble or something. We're going to go up to 3. Okay, you know what? Let's switch the gradient to have some more fun gradient on this. You can see we have it kind of different tool. Okay, as well, we're right now in the blend mode lighting, so let me switch to normal. In this case, we can kind of have a little bit more fun with this brush. Again, this is kind of nice, organic, very interesting type of the brush. Okay, let's go next. We're going to close our this. Let's go to Fuzzy. And this is a string-based particle things. And you can see as we just hold it, we have kind of almost like string hanging down of our cursor. And if we draw, those strings spread around. As we look on the properties for this particle system, we have the size of our brush. Right there, we have it quite a bit longer. We have the amount of the particles. The more particles, the smaller it become. Okay. Length, overall length of our brush, and you can see now they spread around. Again, those amount of the particles we specified before, so if we reduce amount of particles but still higher length, now you can see that we start drying. It's got a kind of very interesting and unusual effect. Okay, so let's go ahead to delete this one. Okay, let me reduce the length on that. And again, this is take some experiment to find the best way you can do it. So we'll just maybe even create shorter. Okay, there you go. Okay, the strings, it's a number of the string. Currently we have it 7. We can have it way more strings, or we can take just two strings, and right here, for example, we have just the 2 of them. Next, we have the radius, which is set the radius of the particle center. So we'll just increase higher. There's our radius attachment, and you can, let's add a few more strings, and you can see the radius of our brush and the strings now going from not single center. Again, if we take to 1, our strings will almost look like come from one single point. We have it also softness, which is the higher number, the softer strokes will be. You can see right here, but remember again, if we're doing it, will speed, we're going around. Okay, the speed, which allowed us also represent the brush reaction, and speed noise set what behavior of the string. The higher number, the bigger difference between each strings is. So if we can go increase speed on this, let's take softness down so we can respond a little bit faster. And look how right now each string is represent different. Okay, let's remove this one. We'll take amount of the string to 2. We increase noise between 2 of the strings, and as we move, you can see how the strings will react. Okay, this is kind of overview all of the particle system, and next let's look closer on what type of shapes we have and we can use it with them.